Right. You ever run into those English phrases that just make you scratch your head a little?
Oh, absolutely.
Like throw in the towel? Who actually throws in a towel?
Unless you're cleaning.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
other than giving up on, I don't know, drying the dishes,
Yeah.
I can't think of when you would ever actually throw in a towel.
Right.
But today we're going beyond just what these phrases look like on the surface.
Yes.
We've got a few to unpack. Throw in the towel, of course.
Mm.
We're going to look at knuckle down. We're going to sort out some vocabulary and even cacophony, a word that is almost as much fun to say
Yeah.
as it is to, well, hear, I think.
You're intrigued already.
I am.
And that's the beauty of these expressions.
Yeah.
Like, they're little puzzles.
I heart.
They make you think, wait, why do we say it that way?
Yeah.
And oftentimes those seemingly odd origins hold the key to understanding their deeper meaning and ultimately using them more effectively.
Okay, so first up is throw in the towel.
Yes.
Full disclosure, I may or may not have actually thrown in a towel during a particularly frustrating game of Monopoly once.
Oh.
But I'm guessing that is not where it comes from.
You're closer than you think, actually.
Okay.
It does come from a competitive world, though.
Okay.
Think boxing.
Okay.
So when a fighter's just had enough, their corner will throw a towel into the ring to signal they're giving up.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
That very physical act of surrender became a metaphor that we use for all sorts of situations.
So it's not just about admitting defeat in a fight.
Right.
It's about giving up on, well, anything, really.
Exactly. Like, let's say you've been struggling to learn a new software and finally you just say, forget it, I'm throwing in the towel.
Yeah.
You're not literally tossing a towel, hopefully.
No.
But you are signaling you're done trading.
Yeah, it's funny because that image of the towel flying through the air
It is.
does make it feel more final
Yeah.
than just saying, I give up.
Yes.
There's an emphasis there.
That's the power of metaphors.
Yeah.
They connect to our emotions and experiences, making the meaning more memorable.
Right.
So next time you're tempted to say, I quit, try throwing in the towel instead.
Okay.
You might add a little more punch to your message.
See what you did there.
Yes.
All right. I'm definitely going to use that one.
Good.
Okay. But speaking of getting things done,
Yes.
we've got a knuckle down,
Oh.
which always makes me picture someone hunched over their work,
Yes.
like with their knuckles, practically digging into the desk.
I love that image.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, it actually comes from the game of marbles.
What?
You had to press your knuckle down firmly to aim and shoot those marbles with precision.
Wait, so a children's game gave us a phrase we use for serious work.
It is amazing, isn't it?
That's so cool.
It is. It's fascinating how these everyday actions become metaphors for larger concepts.
Yeah.
So when you're facing a deadline and you really need to focus, saying, I'm going to knuckle down means you're ready to put in that intense effort.
Okay.
Just like those marble players.
So knuckle down emphasizes that focused energy.
Right.
Like you're channeling that pressure you might have felt playing marbles as a kid to whatever work you're doing.
Exactly.
I like that. Okay, ready for something a bit louder?
Bring on the noise.
All right. I think it's time to unpack cacophony.
Yes.
A word that, in a way, kind of already sounds like what it means.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
It's like just saying the word
Right.
feels a little bit harsh and jarring,
Mm-hmm.
just like the sound itself would be.
You got it.
That's really cool.
That's the beauty of onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
But cacophony isn't just any noise.
Okay.
It's a very specific kind of chaotic sound.
Gotcha.
Imagine a bunch of instruments all playing different tunes at the same time, or a crowded room with everyone talking over each other.
Yeah.
It's that sense of overwhelming discordance.
Oh, it's not just loud, it's clashing.
Yeah, got it.
Like a jackhammer on its own is loud,
Yeah,
but throw in some car alarms and a baby crying and suddenly you've got a cacophony.
exactly. Now think about how you can use this word in your own writing or conversations. Instead of just saying, it was noisy, you can paint a much more vivid picture for your audience.
Right, like describing the cacophony of the city streets.
Exactly.
Or the cacophony of voices arguing.
You got it.
Yeah.
It upgrades from a simple snapshot to a full-on sensory experience.
It does, yeah. And I have to say, even just knowing where the word comes from makes it more memorable for me.
It does.
Speaking of bringing order to chaos, how about we sort out that last phrase on our list.
Ah, to sort out. This one is a real workhorse of a phrase, wouldn't you say?
It is.
Yeah.
It feels like you can sort out just about anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I sort out my sock drawer, but I also sort out problems at work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about bringing order and clarity, whether it's to physical objects or abstract situations. The beauty of sort out is that it captures that process of analyzing, organizing, and ultimately resolving something.
So it's not just about cleaning up, it's about finding solutions,
Yeah.
making decisions,
Yes.
creating a sense of resolution.
Precisely. Like,
Yeah.
we need to sort out this budget issue before we can move forward with the project. It implies a very methodical approach
Right.
to tackling a problem.
Like, we're not just going to ignore this, we're going to break it down
Right.
and find a solution.
Exactly. And it works for personal stuff, too.
Yes, it does.
Like, I need to sort out my feelings about this whole situation.
Exactly. You're taking that same approach of bringing order and understanding to
Yes.
something that might feel really messy or confusing.
You got it.
So we got throw in the towel, for giving up knuckle downs, for focusing cacophony, for describing chaotic sounds. It's amazing how much depth there is to these phrases once you start digging a little deeper.
And that's just the beginning.
Right.
There are so many more fascinating expressions waiting to be explored.
I know.
Before we jump into those, I want to hear from you.
Yes.
What seemingly strange English sayings make you curious?
Let us know.
Yes.
And maybe we'll sort out their origins and meanings in a future episode.
We would love to do that.
We would. We really would.
Yeah. It's amazing how much history and culture gets packed into these little phrases, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Like sometimes just knowing where a saying comes from
Right.
can totally change how you understand it.
Yeah. And speaking of stories,
Yes.
I think throw in the towel has to have one of the most visually dramatic origins.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can almost see that boxer,
Yeah.
exhausted, battered, and the coach makes that decision,
Yeah.
that decisive move, and the white towel arcs through the air,
Yeah.
a signal that the fight is over.
And it's such a powerful metaphor
Yes.
because it applies to way more than just boxing.
Right.
It's about recognizing when you've reached your limit in
Yes.
any situation.
Exactly. Whether you're battling a tough project, a frustrating situation, or even just a stubborn jar lid.
Yeah.
There comes a point where you might need to acknowledge, okay, I've given it my all, time to throw in the towel.
And I think that's what makes it so relatable.
It is.
We've all had those moments where we've had to throw in the towel on something.
Yes.
Even if it was just admitting we couldn't finish that giant plate of nachos.
Exactly. It's a universal experience. And
Yeah.
having a phrase like throw in the towel gives us a way to express it with a touch of humor and even drama.
It does, yeah, okay.
Now,
Yes.
shifting gears a bit,
Okay.
let's knuckle down on that next expression.
Ooh, yes. I love this one. It always makes me picture someone getting super serious.
Like really focused, like they're about to tackle just this mountain of work.
And that image of intensity
Yeah.
is directly linked to its origin through the game of marbles.
Yeah.
Remember, players had to really press their knuckles down to aim those marbles accurately?
It's so funny to think that a game
I know.
that kids play
Yes.
would inspire a phrase that we now use for like some of our most challenging tasks.
I know. It is pretty amazing.
But that connection almost makes it more effective in a way,
It does.
doesn't it?
It does because it adds that layer of determination
Yeah.
and precision to the phrase.
Right.
It's not just about working hard.
Okay.
It's about channeling that focused energy you
Right.
need to hit your target,
So to speak.
so to speak.
I love that. So next time I am feeling overwhelmed by a project,
Yes.
I am going to channel my inner marble champion
There you go.
and knuckle down
Us.
with laser focus.
I love it.
But for now, someday.
Let's take a break from all this hard work
Okay.
and enjoy a little
Yes.
cacophony.
Ha. See what you did there.
I had to.
But yes.
Yeah.
Let's dive into
Okay.
that wonderfully evocative word.
It is,
Isn't it?
it's amazing how a single word
Yeah.
can conjure up
Yeah.
such a vivid sensory experience.
It really is.
Just saying cacophony out loud
Right.
almost makes you feel
It does.
Like you're surrounded by a bunch of unpleasant sounds.
And that's because it's not just about noise.
Okay.
It's about a very specific type of noise.
Gotcha.
It's that discordance, that clashing and jarring combination of sounds that creates that overwhelming feeling of auditory chaos.
So it's like the difference between listening to a beautiful orchestra playing in harmony,
right,
and then suddenly everyone starts playing different tunes at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that sense of disruption.
And dissonance that makes cacophony so distinct from just any old noise.
And that's why I think it's such a powerful word.
It is.
For writers and storytellers. It really allows you to create